Hello, my name's Joseph Moriarty, and I feel inspired today to share with you a little story about something I experienced. I'm a born-again Christian, and the Lord brought me to Milwaukee for several reasons. One is to kind of be a messenger. I have something to share with you. And He's given me several gifts, spiritual gifts. Occasionally, one of those gifts is a vision. On August 17th, I was jarred awake with one of these visions, and it pertained to the Menomonee Valley just around this location. In my vision, I was down here with two friends of mine that I attend church with, and we were looking towards the stadium over my shoulder, and out of no place came this tornado from the skies, and it landed right on the properties of the VA, just south of the stadium. Well, I looked at this tornado, veered back to my friends in my vision, and said, I believe it's going in the opposite direction. We should be okay here. But by the time I turned back, this tornado, which was at least F5 in size and power, started coming right down towards us. We made the decision that we couldn't run for our vehicles. And so what we did was we grabbed each other's hands and ran underneath the 35th Street Bridge. During this moment, we were praying desperately, Lord, keep us safe, keep us safe. But we could feel the suction, the vacuum of this tornado sucking in so much from around us until we both looked up. We all looked in the sky, and the eye of the tornado was right above us. Behind it, there was nothing but desolation. Everything was laid waste. But when we looked up, we felt the presence, I did, of Jesus Christ. Suddenly I awoke. Well, this vision disturbed me because I've had these in the past. I've had 3 examples of this natural disaster type visions that have all come true. The first one was one of the largest forest fires to hit this continent in the last 50 years. It was outside of a town called Carameus in British Columbia. You can reference it on YouTube or on the internet. You could reference the Okanagan fire of 2003 in August, and that was strangely given to me several days before the fire broke out. I believe many of these times where the Lord's trying to warn us at all times of dangers on the horizon, He happens to deliver these warnings through visions. The 2 other incidences where this has occurred also happened in 2003. A hurricane that decimated several towns in Florida, and then 3 weeks later one that decimated several towns in Texas. All were some reason given to me before they landed. For His glory, in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, I'm here today to warn you about a possible disaster waiting for Milwaukee. Now, this vision was confirmed. The very next day I went to visit a partner in which I pray with weekly. And I talked to him about my dream. And I mentioned this conversation in this realm. I said, Ben, I had this disturbing dream vision about the Menomonee Valley. Immediately he stopped me and he said, you had a dream or a vision about the massive tornado. I was taken back because how could he know about my dream that I had the previous morning? So this was a confirmation through a brother in faith that I know who's walking a tight walk with Christ. We prayed together as far as what to do with this information. And I was inspired to go to the mayor's office to describe a little bit about what's pending, but also to pray for wisdom of interpretation for this. Is this going to be a spiritual tornado, or is this going to be an actual tornado? I believe this is going to be an actual tornado unless we in the community of Christ, as well as the community of Milwaukee, cannot seek answers to the issues in which we've been neglectful to address. and those are spiritual issues that seem to have shackled much of this community. And I'm talking about the lawlessness, the partnerships that have gone in secret, the underworld influences that seem to corral up different parts of this city to keep them suppressed, depressed, and a slave to substances which are addictive to these fleshes that we walk in. So I warned City Hall with a very descriptive depiction of this vision, and it's also the confirmation of my friend Ben, who also had a very similar dream about this destructive tornado which is going to hit the Menomonee Valley. What can be done? Well, you can feel free to email me so we can talk about options in which what needs to be addressed, not only with our elected officials, but with other key people who can make an immediate impact in preventing something like this from happening. My email address is jbmfor2008@gmail.com. That's jbm for2008@gmail.com. Prayer will make all the difference in preventing such a tragedy from arriving to Milwaukee. And I don't want to see a Katrina-type disaster decimate and surprise so many families that are unsuspecting of such activities or warnings of our future. So thank you.